Hi, ladies. This is Kaidi of KaidiRodriguez.com, and I'm so excited to announce that this is my first ever video log. So I'm going to be coming to you all not only through blogs but through video as well. Today is a topic that it's really been pressing on my heart to just talk about. I've been seeing it more with my clients, hearing about it with friends. You see it on TV all the time. It's nothing new, there's nothing new under the sun, but this is something that's just been kind of coming at me in multiple directions, and I want to talk to you about it. So what it is women who stay. This is women who stay in unhealthy relationships, whether it be abusive relationships, unfaithful relationships, stressful, dramatic relationships, any relationship that is consistently on a consistent basis negative, and the detriment that this brings to the women who are involved. I have to preface this message with this is for particularly women who are not married, because I'm not going to advise a married woman. If you are single and you are already in an unhealthy relationship and you see the signs, then you can get out. But as a married woman, you made a commitment to your husband and to God. So whatever the circumstance is, you may need to find a different way to work that out. I'm not saying not to leave, but there are many more things to take into account when you're married, obviously. So as far as women who stay, I've been watching, one of my guilty pleasures is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Yeah. Don't judge me, but I see these women. There's Jock and there's KD and Jocelyn and Stevie J and Mimi, and these women are sharing men. They willingly participate in threesomes. They fight with the baby's mamas and have meetings and all of these crazy things. And I would say, okay, sure, go for it if that's what works for you. But the truth is, they're not happy. They're angry all the time. They're bitter. They're fighting. They're sad. I imagine depressed, on drugs. There are consequences to that kind of lifestyle, and that's the first thing that I want to talk about. When you stay in an unhealthy relationship, there are consequences that weigh down on you, mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, and a number of other ways. Your self-esteem is one thing that is damaged when you stay in an unhealthy relationships. A lot of times we begin to think, if we're in a troubled relationship, well, maybe the problem is me. Maybe if I lost a little bit of weight, I would have his attention. Maybe if I made more money. Maybe if I was just better at this or that. Maybe if I didn't nag him so much. Or on the other side, he makes you think that you're crazy for suspecting that there's a problem. Well, I don't know why you think that way. Why are you so insecure? Maybe you need to get it together. So it begins to make you think there's something wrong with me. And when you begin to think that there's something wrong with you, it takes a lot of time to fix that. When you lose your self-esteem, you lose your drive. You don't go for your goals. So that is a very crucial thing that you have to protect and hang on to. And if you're staying in a relationship where you're noticing you're beginning to value yourself less, then that may be a sign you need to get out. Another consequence is the time. You never get your time back. So when you're in these relationships for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you can't get that time back. That's time that you could be spending developing yourself. That's time that you could be spending in a healthy relationship. You are never going to, if you're hoping and you're praying and you're wishing, like, how am I going to get out of this? The right guy is never going to get in if you always have the wrong guy there. So you can't get that time back. One day at 35, you look back and you've been with this man for 10 years and you knew at year 1 or 2 that he was the right one, but you stayed and you didn't pay attention to the signs. Look at the signs. They're always there. And then, of course, consequence I don't really have to talk about, but just physical injury, death. When you stay in an abusive relationship, there are many women who have died at the hands of domestic violence. When you stay in a relationship where the man is unfaithful, you put yourself at risk for STDs, AIDS. I don't have to lecture you all about this, but this is the reality. So we have to look at these consequences and not ignore them and push them under the rug. In counseling, I've heard many counselors say that a lot of the women who they've dealt with going through divorce said that they saw the signs from the very beginning. 99% of them saw the signs from the very beginning, but chose to ignore them. So don't ignore the signs. Know this. Know that you are worth more. There is a man out there who will respect you, who will accept your children, who will love your curves, and he will take all of you, everything that comes with you, the craziness, the loving, and all of that, and he'll know how to work with that. But you don't have to stay with someone who doesn't value you and who makes you miserable. You can get out. If you don't know what to do, ask for help. See a counselor. Go to church. Talk to a friend or family member. Get a support network. A lot of times you become isolated when you're in unhealthy relationships. Get yourself a support network and figure out what you need to do in order to strengthen yourself to move out. It's not normal to share a man. It's not normal to suspect that your significant other is not being faithful. It's not normal to trade fidelity or financial security for companionship, or be in a relationship where you're being put down, or having to play investigator with other women. That's not love. So if this is you, if this sounds like you or someone that you know, please share this message, find help, and do what you need to do so that these consequences don't come down on you. Remember also, if you have a daughter, she's watching you and she's learning everything that she knows about life and love from you. So just keep that in mind. Ladies, thank you for listening. I hope that this helps, and remember to share this message. Take care.